So these verbs change the mood of the sentence to mean a little differently, and you'll see in what way. First, how do they do this? It's pretty easy. You just have the normal sentence with the verb in the normal place, in the second place usually. So you have subject, verb, and then the rest. And if you want to make the sentence more modal, you want to give it a certain flavor, you replace the main verb by a conjugation of the modal verb, and then place the main verb all the way at the end of the sentence as an infinitive. So, which is different from English, as we shall see. So here we have the normal sentence, ik heb een biertje. I'm not sure why hebben is there. Oh no, that's supposed to go at the end there of the sentence. That's unfortunate. And we can change the modality of the sentence by making it different. We can say, ik kan een biertje hebben, ik moet een biertje hebben, ik wil een biertje hebben, ik zal een biertje hebben, of ik mag een biertje hebben. And these are all the modal verbs in Dutch. So you can say, I have a beer, or I can have a beer, I must have a beer, I want to have a beer, I will have a beer, I may have a beer as a treat, you know? And so we can see here we have hebben in, oh wait, you don't see that? The later point there. So you have here hebben is just in the verb spot, and here the verb spot is occupied by the modal verb, like here, and then hebben goes all the way at the end. Just imagine that's over here. Cool. Well, that's basically all you have to know. Here are those examples written out more clearly. So we have the verb kunnen, which means can or be able to. We have the verb moeten, which means must or have to. We have the verb willen, which means to want. And then we have the verb zullen, which means will. So that is kind of confusing. So the verb willen does not mean I will, but I want in Dutch. It's very confusing for Dutch speakers to learn English, and it's confusing for people who know English to learn Dutch. But we'll all get over it. So yeah, zullen is will or shall, and mogen means may. Or am I allowed to, or being allowed to, but that sounds a bit too formal. Also, you usually can translate this as can. So you say, mag ik een biertje hebben? You can translate it as, can I have a beer? And then you can be like the annoying barkeeper. You say, I don't know, can you? But that's not very funny. So you can just say, but in Dutch, you can't make that joke. Because if you ask, kan ik een biertje hebben? That just means, am I able to have a beer? That sounds kind of weird. So you would say mag. All right, so this is what those verbs look like. Very exciting. We have kunnen, moeten, mogen, willen, and zullen. And they are all kind of irregular. These are the rest of the irregular verbs in present simple in Dutch. So we've now had them all, and the rest of the verbs in the present simple are all just easy, like we learned last time. So we have ik kan, jij, of je en u kunt, of kan. And then the question is kun of kan je. So this is, you can use both. Just pick the one you want. I would recommend just using kan, because then it's kan, easy. And then there's just wij, jullie, zij kunnen. Cool. Moeten is very easy. Ik moet, jij moet, hij, zij, het moet. Wij, jullie, zij moeten. Mogen, also very easy. Ik mag, jij mag, hij, zij, het mag. Wij, jullie, zij mogen. Willen is the only one that's slightly different. It is ik wil, jij wilt. But then it is hij, zij, het wil. That's what makes it irregular. Normally you would have a T here. If it has a T, it would be regular, but it does not. And it is just wij, jullie, zij willen. And then we have zullen. So ik zal, jij zal, hij, zij, het zal, wij, jullie, zij zullen. And then you can also say jij zult. But you can just use zal for everything. It doesn't really matter. There is, I feel like there's a slight difference in meaning, but I've never really been able to pin it down, and I've not been able to find anything confirming that. So you can just treat it as they're being exactly the same. Yeah. So to be able to is kunnen, have to is moeten, yeah, may is mogen, to want is willen, and say this is to will or shall. You can't really say to will or to shall. That is not proper English. Is zullen. Fantastic. All right, now that you have learned this, let us do an exercise. So the exercise is we have this sentence about Erik annoying Peter with requests to do certain things. And you have to rewrite the sentence to include a modal verb. So I can show you the first sentence is Erik says, Pieter, zet je het vuilnis even buiten. And at the end there is the modal verb. You can say, you can modalize the sentence by saying, Pieter, wil je het vuilnis even buiten zetten? So it goes from Pieter. Yeah, in English you can't do that because you need two verbs in a sentence, a question sentence. Weird rule. So in English you'd already say, Pieter, could you put the garbage outside in a sec? And in Dutch, there's a difference between Pieter, do you set the garbage outside in a sec? That doesn't really make sense. And then you can make it modal by saying, Pieter, could you put the garbage outside in a sec? Or do you want to put the garbage outside in a sec? All right. Hope that's clear. If not, just let me know. And I'll give you like, I'll give you 10 minutes because it can take a while. If you are done earlier, you can start translating the sentences. I think that's always good practice. Although I think you will have a sort of understanding of what things are happening. And the words, no, not really. I was going to say, oh yeah, you can look at the word list, but there's not that many words that you will be able to use here. Right, are you almost done? Or do you need a little bit more time? So you get a bit of nodding. All right, it has been 10 minutes. Let us continue towards discussion. Okay, so it says exercise 3 here for some reason. No matter. Let's see, Caitlin. Oh, no, I already asked you. Simona, could you do the first sentence? Read it in full with the things.
Yeah, actually, now I just saw. I only did the second part of the first one.
No worries.
Because you read out the first one. But,
That's true.
The second part is ik ruik ons avondeten nog steeds, and I wrote. Yeah, I wasn't sure. The little words here confused me, like nog and stuff. But I wrote ik kan nog steeds ons avondeten ruiken.
Yeah, very good. Very good, very good. So Erik Beleefdheid was it indeed. And then it is, ik kan ons avondeten nog steeds ruiken. Or ik kan nog steeds ons avondeten ruiken. That doesn't really matter in where you put those things. As long as the ruiken is at the end. So very good. Do you know what it means?
Yeah, you know, it means like I can always still smell our dinner, like that.
Yeah,
or,
indeed.
smell?
Without the always, I can still smell our dinner.
Oh, but isn't steeds, what is steeds then?
Nog steeds means still. Nog means still, and steeds means still, and together they also mean still. But you can also use them separately. So it's just together it just means still.
I thought nog was yet. Or no?
Let's see. No, I think. No. What is yet? Let's see. I have to complete that. I haven't. Isn't yet you use? Do you always use yet in a negative sentence? I'm just thinking of sentences.
I don't know. I just know Google Translate told me it was yet, so then I was confused. You usually say like I haven't been there yet, or
yeah. You wouldn't say I have been there yet. No, that doesn't make sense.
No.
Is yet the negative of still? No, that's true. But you use nog also means yet indeed, but in negative senses. Then that's just my hunch now. I just have to think about that. I'm not sure if that's true, but nog can mean yet and still, and here it means still. Nog steeds means still. Yes. All right. Very good. Then 2. Gabrielle, could you maybe do this one now, or?
Hi, sorry. I think my team is messing up.
No worries. That's I have
Yes.
that problem often enough.
I'm not sure. I got a bit confused, like the placements of things, so I'm not 100% sure if this is right.
Just throw something out.
I wrote ja, dat doe ik zal.
Almost. You did get the correct conjugation. This is indeed a difficult sentence because this is a different sentence order that you haven't really seen yet. But it would be dat zal ik doen. So just like before, you just, even though the sentence order is a bit different, you would just take the verb, the conjugate verb, and replace it with the modal one, and then put it at the normal verb at the end.
Okay.
Even though the ik is in a kind of a weird spot.
Thank
yeah.
you.
And do you know what it means?
Is it yes, I will do that?
Perfect. Yes, very good.
Thank you.
All right, 3. 3A and B. So I never really know your name because it doesn't. It just says your email name, Valuki Teros. I'm not sure what your actual name is. Very sorry.
It's Rosetta, right?
Rosetta. Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
just email address. Sorry.
Yeah, indeed, but I can't. I don't have.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm always joining as a guest and I can't change anything. So.
Yeah, no, it's very annoying. As a guest, you can't change your username. I will remember it for next time. Okay, but would you do 3 in its completion?
I just changed. Like I just add like. I'm not sure if it's right. I mean, you know.
No, it doesn't matter.
I know that it should be O and brag, but I'm not sure how to make that question. I know that it would be yeah and just kond, you know, the word that go with that, but I don't know how to make that sentence, honestly.
Well, you would. Do you know what the verb is in this sentence?
Be able to, yeah, that one.
No, like what is like in the normal sentence? Which word is the verb?
I think boven, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No, no worries. It is this one, breng. It means bring. And it's a question.
Oh,
so
yeah, I thought either this one or another one. That's right.
Nice.
That's right.
And so when you have the to modalize the sentence, you replace this one with the kunnen, and then
yeah, with that 1 moment with kan, right?
Yeah.
So it would be only like O and kan, yet they. I can't say this word. Stofzuiger, even boven.
And then brengen at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one. Okay.
Oh, very good. Kun je de stofzuiger even boven brengen? And the other ones, the next one, that's maybe.
I just made it. Ik mag til hem niet meer.
Almost. Yeah, correct conjugation. That's very good. And you put that one at the correct place. But you need to put the til at the end and make it an infinitive. So ik mag hem niet meer tillen.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Good. And this means, could you bring the vacuum upstairs in a bit? Stofzuiger is vacuum. It means dust sucker, is what it does. And ik mag hem niet meer tillen. I'm not allowed to lift it anymore. Probably because it's back or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks. All right. Then I think I asked you how to pronounce your name, and I think I never I forgot. I feel like it's also English. Chandra, and then first name Sauraiv.
Yes, that's correct. Very correct. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Okay. The fourth.
Yes.
Zullen wir erst Coffee trinken?
Perfect. Yes, very good. Do you know what it means?
Shall we have a coffee together?
Yes, indeed. Shall we have a coffee together first? So drink some coffee first. Something like that. Eerst means first. But very good. Yes. All right. Then 5 and 6. Now I think. Did I ask Simona? Could you maybe do 5? Net ask you that.
Five. Oh, and in the thing, it's this one is 5 and this one is 6. The Peter one is 6.
This one's 5. I think they'll match up, right? Goed, zet jij dan even koffie? Oh, there's no even in this one. But
Oh, right. Okay. Wait, no, I'm confused. No, because yeah, this one, the Peter one, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I didn't do it. Oh yeah, this is why I got confused because in the book it says.
Oh yeah, it says Erik. Oh wow, the names are switched around here. Yeah, okay, now very good. Yeah, no,
I got it
this is Erik that's asking this.
But yeah, I didn't know what it meant really.
Okay, but could you provide the correct sentence at least in Dutch?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. Then we'll guide you through it. So we have villain here, nice verb, and we want to put it somewhere. Where we put it here, this is the verb zet, because it's a question, and then at the start you have the verb. So we put here the correct conjugation of villain, which would be vil here, because we have no t because it's a question, and then we put zetten at the end. Zetten means put, so well, works. So we put it at the end as the full verb en dan get goed, wil jij dan koffie zetten? And koffie zetten means to make coffee. For some reason it's to put coffee. I'm not sure who came up with that, but it means to make coffee.
Okay.
Do you want to make some coffee?
Like there was like a word missing or something, so that's why.
No worries.
Thanks.
Cool. En then 6 I will do, ik doe hier altijd alles. And then that becomes, ik moet hier altijd alles doen. I have to do everything around here. I always have to do everything around here. So annoying. But it's indeed the other way around, which is totally incorrect because Erik is the annoying one. That's you'll see Erik come back again. He's an annoying guy. All right. Then it's 55. Let's have a 10-minute break. In that break, or maybe later, if you would be so kind, there is a form in the feedback channel. I can put it in the chat here as well, just with some questions about the course, how you like it, etc., etc. All the questions are optional except for the question which says in which class are you. If you have some time to fill it in, if you have some opinions on something, have a look. Please give us your opinion so we can make the course better. I will put a link in the chat here as well. Would be greatly appreciated. All right, enjoy your break. Fill this out whenever you have time.
Thomas, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
So I was doing Duolingo earlier, and a question came up that was, how many yellow dresses does he have? So I translated it as, hoeveel heeft hij gele jurken? But that was wrong, according to Duolingo.
Yeah.
And they said it's supposed to be, hoeveel gele jurken heeft hij? But according to the rules in the book, then it has the object, verb, and subject out of order for a question in the right answer. So I used that one.
The answer is that some question words, such as hoeveel and who and welke and what for, they take another word in order to work, basically.
Got it.
So that's why here in the thing they have like a little star. And that's not very clear, but that star refers to the page beforehand where it says some words need another word for context. So hoeveel needs another noun in order to express which noun we're talking about. And so here you say hoeveel jurken, how many dresses does he have? Does he? It doesn't really match up in English, but that is indeed the case. This is a good question because it is. I think I skimmed over that a bit. It is important that.
Yeah. Thank you. That's very helpful.
Cool. Great. Good question. All right, 5 passed. Let us go. But first, of course, we have to go through the Duolingo and see who did good. For the lesson present, the people who did their homework were Faith, good job. Oh my god, scrolling. Hannah, Fedoro, good job. Hannah, Feze, also good job. Panajota, also good job. And Rosita, good job. You did that homework. It was a lot of homework this time, but quite a few of you did it, so it's nice to see. For questions 1, 7 of you even did it. Wow. Anna Julia, good job. Caitlin, good job. Faith Rose, good job. Hannah Vedova, good job. Hannah Feza, good job. Panajota, good job. And Rosita, good job. And then
what was the homework on Duolingo? Because sometimes it doesn't come up on mine.
Oh, really? That is very unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, and I'm like, oh, guessing, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and you should get an email or something about it. But I will also put it in the Teams before the next class next time. For this time, if you want to catch up, it was the lesson present simple, questions 1, questions 2, and food.
Good. Great. Thank you.
Okay, so who did food? It was Anna Julia, Faith Rose, Hannah, I don't know who. Other Hannah did 4 out of 5. I'll count that. Good job. Panajota and Rosita. Good job. And then the final one. I keep clicking back and not the food. No, that was what I just looked at. Questions 2. That was done by Faith Rose, Hannah Vedorov and Hannah Feza, Panajota and Rosita. Good job all around. And then finally, well, we've all been waiting for the top 3. I do that because it loads very slowly. Come on, Duolingo. Points earned, not all time, but past week. At number 3, oh, no, I need to sort it properly. With 435 XP, it is Hannah. I'm not sure which Hannah it is, but you know who you are, I think. Number 2, with 591 XP, it is Rosita. Great job. And number 1, once again, with 1603 XP, it's Panajota. Good job, good job, good job. All right, let us continue with class. I don't have the homework assigned yet. You'll get it soon, TM. All right. So what we will do now are 2 things. First, we will go through some ways to be polite in Dutch, and then apply that in this little dialogue exercise that I will have you do. So first, the polite words. You can find these on page 24 in the word list. And here I just arranged a couple of common ways to say certain things in Dutch into 3 sort of idiosyncratic categories of casual, polite, and formal. So on the left, we have all the kind of casual ways of saying that. You would say that to your friends. Then you have the polite ways of saying that. You would say that to, I don't know, people you want to be polite to. And then you have formal. You say that to, I don't know, the king, fancy restaurants, or if you want to just show off. Very important. So first, let us go through. Normally I do it row by row, but just do column by column, because why not? First, greetings. In Dutch, if you want to greet someone, casually you can say hoi, of hey, of hi. Something that starts with an H and ends on kind of any vowel combination. You'll be fine. Ha, that'll work. Ho, that sounds kind of weird. Maybe if you're like a sailor, that might work. Hu, nah. How? Okay, so there's not that many, but quite a lot will work. Just use any of those. Then, if you want to ask for something, this is kind of a weird one I wrote down, but if you want to be casual or maybe rude, you can just say ik wil, I want something, and then maybe they will give it to you. So, ik wil een ijsje. I want an ice cream. And then maybe, I don't know, mommy will come by and give you an ice cream. I'm not sure what the second... this one doesn't completely correspond to the row below, because I have just saying you want something and then asking for something. So you can say I want, ik wil, or you can say kan ik krijgen? Can I get? Kan ik een biertje krijgen? That doesn't sound super polite. You're saying, oh yeah, can I get one? Can I get a beer? And that isn't really rude, but it is not the most polite version of that word. Then how to say please casually. I would not really have a way of saying that. You would not really use it. I mean, you would use it with friends because you are a polite person, but saying please is already polite. Then, if you want to thank someone, you can say, or maybe acknowledge that they did something and you liked it. You can say top, or super, great, nice. Or you can say maybe dank je, without a vowel. Yeah, so that's this one. Oh, I need to put the point. So this, dank je, means thanks. And then acknowledging that you heard what the other person is saying. You can say tuurlijk or ja hoor. So this means sure, whatever. Or no, that doesn't mean whatever. It just means sure. And then saying goodbye, doei. Or doei doei, if you want to be cute. What is missing here is a way to say you're welcome. And you would probably say just graag gedaan. Of, the casual way is probably geen probleem. No problem, no worries. Geen probleem. Then we move on to polite. And I would use these like, I don't know, maybe in a bar where you're not a regular, or just to people you don't know. So you want to be polite, you say hi, you can say hello. Hello. Maybe goeiemorgen instead of goedendag. Goeiedag. No, goeiedag is already kind of formal. Goeiemorgen, goeieavond, goeiemiddag. Those things. Then asking for things, you can say ik wil graag, I would like een biertje. Ik wil graag een biertje. I would like a beer. Or mag ik een biertje? May I have a beer? Can I have a beer? And then if you want to be even nicer, you can add at the end, you would add please. We will be alsjeblieft. Alsjeblieft. And then they give you the beer, you say thanks, you say dankjewel or bedankt. Dankjewel, bedankt. Dankjewel means thank you, thank you much, basically. And bedankt means thanks.
So if you're in a supermarket and someone says, do you want the receipt? Can you say alsjeblieft, like, please, yeah. Does it also work as yes or not really?
No, it would not really work as that way. You would say ja, graag, or nee, dank je.
Okay.
So yes, please. Ja, graag. In that sense, you would use please here. Or nee, dank je. No thanks. Alsjeblieft also means here you go. You can say if you give something to someone, the cashier would hand you the receipt and they would say alsjeblieft. Here you go.
Thanks.
And then we have acknowledging what they say. I don't really like this row. It doesn't really make sense, but it's useful for the exercise. That's why it's here. Jazeker, sure. Definitely. If you want to say you're welcome to the person, you could say graag gedaan. I would like to. I've been happy to do it. Or you're welcome if you want to say normal way. And then you say bye. You can say tot ziens, which means until I see you again. It means exactly that. Then we move to the formal category. If you want to greet the person in a restaurant, you would say goedendag or goedenavond, or that would the waiter would say that to you. That's more formal. And then to ask for something, you would say ik zou graag de pasta willen, or something. I would like to have the pasta. Or zou ik de pasta mogen, or something. I'm just thinking of a dish. Could I have the pasta, please? So we have this weird construction, zou ik mogen. We haven't really talked about this zou word. You can just take it for granted that it works in this context like this. Ik zou graag willen, or ik zou mogen, which means may I or I would like. So the nicest way you could ask this. And then if you want to add alsjeblieft, that doesn't really mix well together. Zou ik dit ding mogen alsjeblieft? No, you would add alstublieft. It has this u instead of the je, so it's more formal. And it has this t because otherwise it sounds weird. Otherwise it says alsjeblieft, and that doesn't really work well in the mouth. So we add this t to help our poor delicate palate accomplish this. And it can mean here you go or please. Then thanks, you can say dank u wel or dank u. You wouldn't really say bedankt. That sounds less formal. You're welcome is still graag gedaan. We don't really have a more formal version of that. Then acknowledging what they're saying is natuurlijk or zeker, natuurlijk, which means of course, definitely. And then you would say still tot ziens or fijne avond, have a good evening, and see you again. All right, so a lot of words. Very cool, I hear you say. Now we will do an exercise. 2 exercises, in fact. One situated in a bar or in a restaurant with your partner, which I will assign to you in a bit. You can pick which one you prefer to do. And if you are done with it, you can switch to the other one if you have time left. If not, whatever. And the exercise is together first figure out how you would greet someone back in Dutch, and just fill in all the blanks, basically. And then have the dialogue together. Maybe switch around if you feel like it, whatever. It might be useful for you to know a few more words. So here, asking for a drink, a beer, a wine, or some soda. Beer, I hope you know by now, which is bier, biertje. For wine, dat is wijn, or wijntje. And a soda, in general, you could ask for iets fris, like soda, something. Or more likely, you can ask for cola, Coke, and cola, or een colaatje. Colaatje. Okay, then asking to pay by card or paying cash. Paying by card in Dutch is pinnen. Pinnen. P-I-N-N-E-N. I will write this in the chat if I am able to. This never really works. Yeah, so pinnen is derived from pin, the thing you enter when you pay by card. And for some reason, we made a whole verb out of that. And paying in cash is contant betalen. Contant betalen. Then, and okay, the rest you know. The other words in the restaurant version are a bit more difficult. So all the words for all the kinds of dishes you would like to know, I would recommend looking those up or thinking about them. A lot of them are also similar in Dutch as in English, like, I don't know, a curry or something. In Dutch is curry. I think you could have guessed that. You could look those up. We don't have time to go over them in detail now, unfortunately. And I think the other ones, they're pretty filled in already. If you have any questions or you don't feel like looking up a word, you can always type it in the chat. And You don't really have to type in the chat what your exact question is. You can just type in the chat that you have a question, and I will join your room and help you further along. Is that clear? Yes? Okay, fantastic. Then good luck. And I will see you back here in 10-15 minutes. Okay. Always takes longer than I think. Hi, welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Hello, hello. Hope it went well. As a closer, I'll just go through what I think a way to fill in this conversation would be, so you have a sort of reference, and then the sentence of the week that I definitely always remember to do. So let's go through it quickly. We have in the kroeg, in the bar, the barkeep would greet them and ask them what they would like to drink. Goedenavond, wat mag het zijn? That's that will should not be there. The guest would greet them back. Goedenavond. And then ask for a drink. Mag ik een biertje, een wijntje, een cola, colaatje, something like that. Then the barkeep would give him here. And then say alsjeblieft. Dankjewel. Then they say the price. Dat wordt dan €2,50. That's how you say prices in Dutch, by the way. You first say the main number, then you say euro, and then you say the cents. €2,50. I don't think you do that in Dutch, in English, like $3.50. No, it doesn't make sense. Or you could just say €2,50. You don't have to say the euro. People understand from context. And then you agree to that. You say, okay. And you ask, may I pay by card? Kan ik pinnen? Mag ik pinnen? Zou ik mogen pinnen? Natuurlijk. You do the beep, 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 beep. And then, dankjewel, fijne avond. Fijne avond. Well, you ordered a drink successfully. Good job. Then, more difficult one, a restaurant, where you can order a lot more, many different things. You greet, hallo, goedenavond. Een tafel voor 3 graag. Or, heeft u plek voor 3 mensen? Do you have space for 3 people? The waiter goes, natuurlijk, jullie kunnen hier zitten. Of course, you can sit here. Mag ik de menukaart zien? May I see the menu, please? Of course. Here you go. Zeker, alstublieft. Can we have 3 glasses of wine, please? Mogen we 3 glazen wijn, 3 wijntjes? In a restaurant, you probably wouldn't say wijntje. You would probably say glazen wijn, to be fancy, you know. Natuurlijk, wat willen jullie eten? Of course, what do you want to eat? Then, als voorgerecht, as a starter, wil ik graag, I would like de tomatensoep, de tomato soup. En als hoofdgerecht de pasta bolognese, alstublieft. En as a main dish, main course, die pasta bolognese, please. Helaas hebben we geen pasta bolognese meer. Wilt u misschien iets anders? Unfortunately, we no longer have that. Do you maybe want something else? And then as a heathen, you go, yeah, dan wil ik graag de pizza Hawaii. De pizza Hawaii. And then the waiter says, komt in orde. Of course, it'll be here soon. And you ordered food in a restaurant. Good job. Now you immediately know it. Of course, the most important things to know is just asking, mag ik 3 wijn? Zou ik dit mogen? Those are very useful phrases. I think you can handle the thanks and please phase. I think that's quite doable. Did you have any questions about this? Otherwise.
I just had one about, the way you said pinnen is to pay, like with the card. Can you just say like mag ik pinnen, like can I pay by card, or do you have to say, like, is there a pay word that you need to use as well?
Oh, sorry.
Like,
sorry, you cut away from me for a bit. My internet bar.
Sorry.
Could you repeat?
Do you need to say, like, can you just say like mag ik pinnen or mag ik pinnen betalen, or is there another word? Like, do you need to say a verb like to pay and then also the word to pay by card?
No, you just use pinnen. Pinnen means to pay by card. So it's just mag ik pinnen, zou ik mogen pinnen, kan ik pinnen. Okay. Those are all fine. But it's just pinnen, yes. Caitlin, you also have a question?
Yeah, how come you drop the hebben at the end of the mogen wil 3 wijn? Or like when you ask for a beer, how come you drop the hebben?
Yeah, indeed. You can drop the hebben. I didn't really mention that. But in Dutch you can say mag ik X. And you can say mag ik hebben. But I would normally not put the hebben there. You would just say mag ik. And that means may I have, can I have the thing. But in Dutch you kind of, in that specific case, you drop the hebben. Because mag already means kind of like, am I allowed to, can I have, basically.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Okay, if there are no further questions, then it was your turn. Then de zinnen van de week. These are very useful. The very Dutch sentences. The first one is, kunnen we apart betalen? Can we pay separately? It's not called going Dutch for no reason. En stuur maar een tikkie. Just send me a tikkie. Dutch people love to send tikkies for everything. Maybe you have been the victim of a unreasonable tikkie before. I think the worst one, someone wanted to send me a tikkie for like the 40-cent coffee you get at the university thing. Horrible. It is a stereotype, but it is also very true. That's why we have this. So, kunnen we apart betalen en stuur maar een tikkie, then you'll be golden. All right. That was it for this week. Next week, we will have, the topic will be free time. So we'll talk about time. You'll learn how to do the past tense. You learn how to read the clock and how to plan things in your agenda, which Dutch people also really love to do. So for next week, please do your homework. It is on page 25. It's quite a lot this time, but I think it's useful. The Duolingo homework will be up by tomorrow at the latest. And yeah, maybe you can guess which things we will do. I think there's a modal verb Duolingo thing. We'll definitely do that one, and one about, I think there's one about a bar as well, so we'll do that one as well. Okay, that was it. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something, en tot volgende week.
Dankjewel.
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 Dankjewel. Doei.
See you. Doei.